Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. And shout out to the super chat donations, the Patreon Patreons. We working, man. Now, they just had the first Mayweather Mcgregor press conference. It was lit. A lot of people talking about it, man. And this is a follow-up video to a video I previously did called The Hype is Real. And it's an updated video, really just putting salt in the wound, proving what's been said over and over again by me and others, right? And this, I told y'all in January, this is going to be a bad year for some of y'all. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Look, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And we're getting, in boxing as a whole, we're getting to the good stuff. And this is really going to separate the boys from the men and really push aside all the bullshit and see what's what and who's who and who's a man of their word. And I say man, there's some female, but most of the channels I see and a lot of the writers are male. But shout out to my females in this sport. And the reason I say separate the boys from the men is because we're going to get to see for sure who is a person of virtue, character, and like Scarface says, all I have is my balls and my word. And we're going to see who keeps that. I told you guys, I've been very transparent. Mayweather McGregor, it is what it is. It's an event. It's a spectacle. It's a circus. It's best of both worlds, whatever you want to call it. But it is that. And I'm going to show you through numbers. And like I said, we're going to see who's what. It's funny because you hear more people talking about Mayweather McGregor. You could say, oh, it ruins boxing. But look at how much attention this fight is drawing. And it's coming back to boxing. It'd be one thing if this was in the UFC and octagon rules, but it's coming back to the sport of boxing. In fact, in my honest opinion, Conor McGregor's suit alone has garnered more posts and comments than majority of anything else that's going on in boxing as a whole, especially the fight that happens on the same night, which is Kodo Kamagai, right? Canelo Golovkin. Name something where everybody's just talking about it right now. You know what I mean? I haven't seen that. And let's take a look at the numbers. But this is we're entering a frontier, if you will, in boxing. And I've always been on the front line. People get mad, oh, you have an agenda. Fuck all that agenda shit. My agenda is to tell the truth and be realistic and be pure, unlike some of people. And like I said, we're gonna get to the good stuff. Like Tupac said, there is gonna be some justice out this motherfucker. We're gonna see who's really about what they say. Because all the people making videos and writing articles and posts on Instagram, boycott this fight. You shouldn't even be talking about this fight at this point. You're talking about boycott it and I'm not watching and or stream it. Fine. Then why would you help build it up by posting, oh, Conor said this. He said, dance for me, boy. Or Mayweather said, sit your bitch ass down. He gonna text that. You shouldn't be doing that because you're helping to fuel the fire and make this a greater event. Even if you're one viewership, you're one buy, even if you try to stream it, you're still making other people who follow you, who watch your channel or go to your Instagram or your Twitter or your Facebook group, you're still making them more likely to buy it by using your platform to talk about the fight. Like I said, Conor McGregor's suit got more buzz than anything I've seen Canelo Golovkin really. I haven't seen Golovkin really post anything. I cover boxing, so I if there's something that comes up or a headline, I talk about it. And honestly, with that particular fight, I haven't had much to talk about. I haven't had much material. You know what I'm saying? Just like a stand-up comedian, certain crowds are dull and they don't really have much to talk about. But if you got a person in the front row, he's a heckler, the crowd is looking crazy and dressed crazy, then that comedian's gonna have a lot more material. And I'm being so sincere. Canelo Golovkin's a great fight. I definitely will be tuned in. And even lesser regarded fight would be Kodo Kamagai, which is the same night. So we're gonna see all those people that said Mayweather McGregor ruins boxing and this is a joke and a circus and this shouldn't count. Then you should be doing nothing but Cotto and Kamagai videos, because that fight needs a lot of help right now. Right now, I'm on Showtime Sports. This is their verified page. And this is just the case in point. We have 4 press tours stop dates. They just finished one in Los Angeles. You still have the Toronto, Canada. You have New York. And you have the London, right? The LA stop, the very first stop, I did the video earlier and the numbers were a lot different. Now it's 2.1 million views. 2.1 million views. Brendan Schaub and Mauro Ranallo, just talking about the fight days before, 330,000, right? That's just on Showtime. Showtime, I follow their page, right? You can look at any other press conference, and they're not doing those types of numbers, right? Joshua Klitschko press conference, 379,000, right? That was a big fight. Broner Garcia, 122,000. Thurman Garcia, 64,000. This is on the same network. Brook versus Spence, 11,000. Mayweather Pacquiao, 1 million, right? Stavern Wilder, 51. This is on the same page, people. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to show you that this fight is resonating with somebody. And the only people that are truly mad are the people that really have the agenda, or the people who are X'd out and not getting no money with the fights. And that's just what it is, right? That's simply what it is. That's just on Showtime, right? This is the UFC's page. Shout out to them. And here's a recap they did 2 hours ago. 5,000 views. That'll go up. But the actual press conference, 2.3 million. Right here. You guys see it right here. And then they did a whole bunch of other like miniature videos of Conor and maybe some other stuff. But that's between, and I'm going to average. I'll average down. I'll round down. Between UFC's YouTube and also Showtime Boxing, this shit did over 4 million. You know what I mean? So at this point, you guys can say whatever you want, but the proof is in the pudding. And I told people got mad and say, oh, this is bullshit. Only real boxing fans would not support this and all that. I'm a real boxing fan. This is what I do for a living. I don't have no other job. I don't sell drugs. I don't work at Kmart, blue light special. This is what I do, is cover this beautiful sport. And like I said, the only people that I'm really seeing are mad are the people who are really trying to push an agenda. But you're losing. You're losing. You cover Cotto Kamagai and cover it live. I'll be covering this fight. You know what I'm saying? At some capacity. I'll be tuned into this fight. It's just, it's everything that it's supposed to be in terms of an event. Point blank, period. And like I said, people can get mad and upset, but this is the reality of the situation. Like I said, when it comes to boxing, Bernard Hopkins was saying Floyd is not a smart businessman, right? But you got to look at the business move. He's fighting Conor McGregor, who, look at this sea of people in the background, and with this aperture, it's like kind of blurry. But I mean, just look at him. Dude's sharp. He's GQ. He's Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? So race sells in the sport, where you have a African American versus a Caucasian or whatever. You know what I mean? People side with who they want to side with. Things like that. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. You know what I mean? And honestly, Floyd could not have come back and did these types of numbers with really anyone in the sport of boxing. And here's the fuck you print. Like I said, this suit is making more noise and gaining more traction than boxing fights, right? Good boxing fights. And this is not me to bash boxing or say, oh, this is me being realistic, right? Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. And like I said, Bernard Hopkins talking about how Floyd ain't the proper businessman. But if you look at it, who could he have come back and faced that's going to make this much noise and, you know what I mean, do 2 million views in the first press tour stop just for a press conference midweek, you know what I mean? And you could say whatever you want. Keith Thurman just got married. I love Keith Thurman. He's a great fighter. but he wouldn't have did these numbers with Floyd, right? It just wouldn't, because if he was gonna do these numbers with Floyd, then he would have did similar numbers or higher numbers with Danny Garcia, and I just showed you. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking these people because everybody has their own brand. Conor McGregor, love him or hate him, he got swag, and he's been able to captivate the minds of the people. Whether they're riding with him because they like how he talks, the way he dresses, if girls think he's cute, whatever the situation, if people just like his fighting style, if you're from Ireland, whatever it is, he's captured the hearts and the minds of the mass public. And people have appointed him as a popular star. That's just what it is. Keith Thurman, for example, his last performance it left more to be desired. His fight before that with Porter, that was great. That was an all-out war. But some people thought he played it too safe in the latter rounds. So Floyd coming back to Keith Thurman, you could say, oh, maybe Thurman has a shot to beat him. I think Thurman, or anybody at welterweight, currently at welterweight, I think Floyd beats them all. You know what I mean? Max Kellerman was saying some crazy shit like Pacquiao would stop Floyd, knock him out in a rematch, and then he can't even get past Jeff Horn. I'm telling y'all, man, it's not looking good. The walls are slowly closing in, and this is all by design. I knew this. I knew that. I planned for this, right? I planned for this shit to happen because the truth always prevails. The truth is always going to come out. And like it or not, Conor McGregor in his sport, he got The Rock right now. People tune in to Conor events, and Floyd's been had The Rock when it comes to boxing. He does the highest events, the biggest events. Now you're combining the two. So again, this is just a recap video. We are going to see who is really about what they say they're about. You know what I'm saying? The people say, oh, this is a circus and I don't want to see this fight. This is some bullshit. Okay. You cover Kodo Kamagai and we'll see. We'll see how that is. But this fight is doing crazy numbers. This was the first press tour stop. Maybe the first one did the most because it was the first time getting to see him on stage, but it's off to a hell of a start. Love it or hate it, it's off to a hell of a start. You know what I mean? And that's what happens when you get two big people in their industry and then they join forces. You know what I mean? It's just, you take the biggest, like let's say Jay-Z, one of the biggest rappers, most successful rappers of this time, and then you put him with Beyonce, who's a global star, an icon, singer, dancer, actress, right? And then they hook up, then it's big business. Them two together are worth over $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? They're two brands, and that's what this fight is. So love it or hate it, that's what it is. And all the people, oh, you have an agenda, this is bullshit, I'm still streaming, but people are still talking. You know what I mean? Your little one pay-per-view buy and all that, it's not stopping the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? Everybody is talking, but we're really going to see who's about what they say they're about. All the people saying, oh, this sucks and fuck this fight. Look, you got Reagan now talking about it, Showtime, Sports Illustrated, MMA, Conor was dancing. Then you got people like Brendan Schaub, who's really vouching for Conor McGregor. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's a spectacle, it's an event, it's a circus, but at the end of the day, people are definitely tuned in and they want to see what these two have to say. Conor's wavy right now. You know what I mean? He got the suit. This dude got a fucking big head, man. This dude is big. He's pretty big. But that doesn't mean he's gonna win in a boxing match. But people have to satisfy their curiosity, and this has been the case for Mayweather's whole career. Nobody wants to not remember where they were if and when it happens, where Floyd Mayweather takes a loss, or like a lot of great fighters have done in the past, where if he gets knocked out or knocked down, nobody wants to be the one that like, oh, I wasn't watching because I was protesting. You know, I'll tell you guys a true story, because people, oh, you have agenda, you're biased. I'm not biased because I wouldn't even tell you guys stuff. I would just only make myself sound great and everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you could tell who's fake as fuck. But Pacquiao versus Marquez 4. I thoroughly enjoyed the first 3 fights. I thought they were iconic. But at the time, where my head's at, I was like, man, I'm not trying to see no 4th fight. Straight up. I did not want to see a 4th fight between the two. You know what I mean? I was like, wow. So I streamed that fight. Straight up, streamed it. And I was watching it. I was like, wow, these two are going at it. Then they traded knockdowns, and then Pacquiao got knocked out. So fortunately, I was still watching it. But I've supported all the past Pacquiao fights and pay-per-views and bought them all. That was the first time, because I thought they were kind of robbing the bank, to be honest, making a fourth fight. And Marquez, if you look at the previous ones, I thought Marquez definitely won the third one, and some of the other ones. That's another reason I didn't want to support, because I was just like, if it's close, just like the other ones have been, they're just going to give it to Pacquiao anyway. But I was wrong, and that's a historic fight now, how it ended and what transpired. So the same goes for Mayweather McGregor. Nobody wants to be there if and when the unforeseen happens, where Floyd gets knocked down or hurt or knocked out, things like that. You know what I mean? If that can possibly happen. And Conor's a big dude. I mean, this is very apparent from the picture. These dudes don't even look like they're really in the same weight class. Like, Conor's pretty big. I'm gonna just say that, because when he was next to Canelo's head didn't look this fucking huge. And Conor has big fists. But again, it's going to be a curiosity thing. How does that translate into boxing? MMA, okay, that's one thing. But it is what it is. We will find out who's real and who's fake in this game. Who stands by their word. And I don't want to see none of you talking about this fight that were constantly bashing it, saying it ruined boxing. Then don't help it ruin boxing. Let me and other people who told you they're going to make money off of this and entertain it, and it's there for entertainment purposes and an event. Let us do all the talking about this fight. You don't need to talk about the fight, and if you do, you're fake. You're a snake. Point blank, period. Let me know what you guys think. This fight's off to a great start, doing numbers, and that's a testament to Conor McGregor's drawing power and Floyd Mayweather. You put them together, it's colossal. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.